अंतिम पड़ाव पर मैं निवेदन करूंगा डॉक्टर प्रसाद जी से कि वो आकर के इस चर्चा पर धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव रखें।
This is a very, very important point right now, because I just want to tell something more than just word of thanks. So, there are a group of students in this institute who are very concerned about the environment. So outside you will see on the media and television a lot of people who will show that they love the environment, but they are actually not environmentalists. They are actually dalals. Okay, these NGOs, I don't want to tell names of NGOs because it's on camera, but there are a lot of the big names, and even in Powai there are some big environmentalists who conduct all kind of environmental seminars and all kind of programs, against RA tree cutting, tree plantation and all that, but they drive in SUVs, diesel and petrol guzzling SUVs, and that too alone. They talk a lot about environment. But there are a group of students who are really concerned about the environment. They did a fantastic job, so I want to tell about that. So this institute is on the precincts of the lake and the Sanjay Gandhi National Park, which the hillside is the Sanjay Gandhi National Park, the other side is a lake, and it's around 550 acres of property is what this institute is. So a group of students in this institute, one day during the COVID time, there was some construction activity happening on the side of the Powai lake. And then they tried to figure it out, what is it? They went to all the offices, BMC office, which are the other offices? Hydrology department. They went to some 10 government offices to figure out what's happening. And there is huge construction happening. So then they figured out that there's a 10-kilometer long cycle track along the precincts of the Powai lake that is being made, which is a cycle track. So it is definitely, this is a water body. This is under the, what is it called? A wetland. So this is under the national wetland notification. Powai Talab is a wetland. It's not supposed to go there and make a promenade like whatever you see Powai right now. And today they have made a promenade, and we all know who is sitting on the promenade now in the evenings. People don't even go there. Civilized people don't go there. So they're making a 10-kilometer long cycle track, and these students went to the BMC. They were shooed away. Then they went to the. Then they finally went to the High Court during COVID time. So there was no necessity of making a cycle track on Powai Lake, because eventually they will make a cycle track. Then they will convert into the proper lorry road. Then they will give it to some builder. Suddenly you will see a huge building that will come up. So this is the way the typical Bombay encroachment lobby works. So these students, they were not scared of anybody here. They went to the court, and Abhishek is one among them. Stand up, Abhishek. I want people to see you. They're all, they're all real gems of the institute, and helped by both Sandeep and Govind. They were all behind, but in the press you will only see Abhishek's name and Omkar. Omkar is not here right now. He's on a project right now in New Zealand. So both of these students went to the High Court, and in High Court they fought against the BMC. BMC has all the money, but they fought against the BMC, and then they got a stay order from the High Court. They got a High Court stay order, and then they have all the money. The BMC has all the money. BMC took to the Supreme Court. These students did not leave it. Luckily, in this country, there are some good advocates also, lawyers who work pro bono, who were ready, who took money from their own pocket to work for this, who helped these students. So I'm not telling all those names here. Everything is in the Times of India. It's all there in the English media and all the Marathi local media also. So the BMC went to the Supreme Court to get the cycle track thing done, because at that point the then Chief Minister's son, who was also the young minister in Maharashtra, it was his dream project for the ruling party then. I'm not telling names again, so everybody knows who that young man is. So under 30. I'm going to more clue. So it was his dream project, so they somehow wanted to get it done. It is a matter of prestige. So during that time, they went to Supreme Court, but post that the new ministry came, then the interest dwindled down, and finally the BMC went to Supreme Court, and they also withdrew the petition. And I think they can never go back for a further hearing of that, right? It is done and dusted. That cycle track will never happen, because the cycle track was just a beginning. These students figured it out.
And we also filed a contempt petition, because whatever they have made. So they have constructed some 700 meters of that cycle track along this there is one hotel. Its name is now
Renaissance earlier
it was Renaissance previously.
Now it's called Westin.
And along that Raymond Bungalow is there. So they have made some 700 meters, but they did not remove whatever the construction was happened. So we filed a contempt petition and we forced the BMC to remove it. And last year, December 2023, they removed that construction they made so far for them.
Okay.
And I am saying that about 5.6 kilometer was along the IIT boundary. That cycle track, whatever was proposed. And now you can feel that if there was a wall along the Powai Lake, just dividing the IIT Bombay, which is benefited through this nature of the Powai Lake. Yeah. And if it was there, and there were some 14 passages were proposed for those who were having who are working there along that, they can enter to IIT Bombay to go out and can come in also. So that was there. If it was happened, then IIT Bombay would not have that kind of freedom along the Powai Lake, and even the environment within the IIT Bombay would have been destroyed.
The security also.
Yes, it was compromised. Security would have been compromised also.
So these young students here, Abhishek, and supported by.
And we did without the support of IIT Bombay administration also. With our own.
Yeah, so these people have fought, and there are some great lawyers in Bombay High Court and Supreme Court who are ready to work pro bono for some real causes. And during this time, these students have had a lot of experience. So good judgment comes from experience comes from bad judgment and all that, right? So they have gone through all of that. So there are a lot of these big names that comes in Times of India and all, they're all big dalals. So they've offered them lakhs and crores of money and all that to withdraw this case. We will settle it for you, kind of. But these students did not leave it. So Abhishek and Omkar's name is there in the press, but behind them is Sandeep and Govind and a few others who work behind it. So this topic was is very close to the people here. Because this group of people actually, because Sanatana Dharma, as Rajani was saying, it's all about being close to the nature. She used the word scientist philosopher for people like Varahamihira. Because they are that great, right? They can meditate and then they can figure out from the Shakti as to where the water is there in the Bhugarbha. So that is the kind of strength that we had in this country more than, before even AD 0000. As per Govind's age, it is BC?
Yeah. Yes. Vikramaditya period is around 1st century BC to AD.
Yeah, so 1st century BC, we had this kind of knowledge in this country. So the Center for Sanskrit Learning is all about, last 2 years we started it. We have this great dream called Sahasra Mukheshu Sanskritam. So that is in Powai, we have 1,000 people who can speak Sanskritam as a fluent conversation language. So that is our dream. And thanks to Shilpa ji for connecting me to Rajani ji, and thank you Rajani ji for coming over here and sharing your thoughts with us. And thanks to the IIT Bombay administration, the Dean IR Sudarshan ji who came here and left some time ago. And thanks to the IITB for Bharat and the Center for Sanskrit Learning volunteers, Sandeep ji, Govind, Abhishek, and there are a few others also. And thanks to everybody who has come over here in this for attending this. I knew the number of people will not be more than 25-30, but that's okay. We want serious people to come. And what Rajani ji also wants, she has come all the way from Barshi to this institute here to share her thoughts, because what she wants is somebody here should be understood, should figure out that this is my area of interest and take her research work to the next level. So that is what her wish is also. Otherwise, she doesn't expect anything out of this. She just wants to share her information, share her knowledge, her research work, and somebody here should get enlightened and inspired by it, and then should continue this work, taking it forward. Dhanyavadaha to everybody, especially to Lakshman ji and to Saji ji, who have all come, keeping their busy schedule outside to come and be here as part of this.
One more, we have Mr. Praveen Nagre, who is associated with Shiv Sena, and he is also part of Hiranandani Estate. He has done a lot of good work in Hiranandani. Yeah.
No, so don't limit it to that. Please come here and help us also. I heard you will talk about Marathwada and all that.
So his son is studying in IIT only, IIT Bombay, Vedanta.
IIT Bombay,
yeah.
Which branch, which year?
Metallurgy, second year.
Second year. Dhanyavad. Namaste.